If you have any of the habits I'm about to show you, then you're probably broke or heading there fast. These are sneaky, normal behaviors that silently drain your wealth while you think you're being responsible. In this video, I'll reveal 11 financial habits that keep you trapped in the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and show you exactly how to break free from each one. Let's begin. Habit number 1. Saying yes to every social invitation. Accepting every invitation without questioning the impact on your personal finances is actually buying acceptance with money you don't have. Each yes becomes a small bill to pay, and at the end of the month, you wonder where your entire paycheck went. A lack of social boundaries quickly turns into a lack of financial boundaries. Marcus Aurelius taught that you have power over your mind, not external events. Peer pressure is an external event. You don't control the invitations, but you control your responses. The Stoic understands that saying no is an affirmation of your values, not a rejection of others. Set a monthly budget for entertainment and religiously stick to that limit. If it's $200 for fun and you've already spent $150 in the first week, that's it. The next invitations become, "I can't this time," without drama or long explanations. True friends respect your financial goals, and those who don't respect them probably aren't such good friends anyway. But there's another habit we'll see next that's even more dangerous and might be draining your account without you noticing. Habit number 2. Paying the bill for everyone. You end up financing other people's lifestyles while compromising your own budget. This is one of the financial bad habits that generates the most resentment later. You pay to feel good in the moment, but get irritated when nobody reciprocates. The lack of boundaries here turns you into a walking ATM. It's poorly measured generosity that becomes emotional debt. Seneca warned that he who gives quickly gives twice. He who hesitates denies. But that doesn't mean bankrolling everyone all the time. The philosopher spoke about conscious generosity, not about solving social discomfort with money. When you pay compulsively to avoid awkward situations, you're using money as an emotional crutch. The solution is simple. Establish a clear rule that everyone pays their own bill, always. If you want to be kind occasionally, do it in a planned way and within your budget for kindnesses. Communicate this before going out. "Let's split the bill, guys." Or, "Everyone pays their own, right?" Anyone who complains about this transparency was probably already counting on your involuntary generosity. Now, speaking of money that leaves your account without you wanting it back, there's an even more treacherous habit involving people close to you. Habit number 3. Lending money to friends or family. Mixing affection and personal finances is a guaranteed recipe for destroying relationships and compromising your budget. Most loans between close people end in frustration, embarrassment, and even family fights. You lend thinking you're helping, but create a strange dynamic where you become a debt collector for someone you love. It's one of the financial bad habits that generates the most emotional conflicts. When you lend money, you're trying to control someone's future behavior, expecting them to pay back on time and under agreed conditions. The Stoic understands that this expectation is an unnecessary source of suffering. The rule is clear. If you can give without compromising your personal finances, give it as a gift without expecting return. If you can't give, simply don't lend. Explain your financial situation with honesty. Those who truly respect you will understand and accept your limits. Those who don't accept it, well, that's not your problem. But you know what's even more dangerous than losing money with people close to you? It's how stores manage to make you spend money you never intended to take out of your pocket. Habit number 4. Buying things just because they're on sale. The discount is an emotional trap that makes you spend money on things you didn't need to buy. The false sensation of gain and cleverness from feeling like you're saving money is, in the end, spending just the same. This financial advice is simple. If you don't buy anything, the discount is bigger. Marcus Aurelius wrote that very little is needed for a happy life. The emperor, who had access to all the world's luxuries, knew that true wealth comes from contentment, not accumulation. When you buy something just because it's cheap, you're prioritizing opportunity over necessity. Before any promotional purchase, ask a simple question. Would I buy this at full price? If the answer is no, then you don't need the product. You just want the discount. Create a list of things you really need and buy only when they're on sale. However, there's an even more subtle tactic that happens right at checkout that continues draining your bank account without you noticing. Habit number 5. Accepting all upgrades and extras. Small additions accumulate and erode your budget without you noticing. That just $5 more on the burger, the rental car upgrade, the extra phone protection might seem harmless individually, but when you add it all up at the end of the month, you discover you spent a fortune on things you didn't even need. The Stoic knows that discipline is built in daily small choices, not just in big decisions. When you accept upgrades without criteria, you're navigating without financial direction, and for your future, that's terrible. The solution is to create a rigid rule. Never accept extras at the time of purchase. Always ask for time to think. If it's really necessary, you come back later and buy consciously. Set a monthly limit for small luxuries, and when it's gone, it's gone. Learning to live well with the basic version of things is a powerful financial skill. But there's an even more expensive habit that many people consider normal and even necessary for well-being. Can you guess what it is? Habit number 6. Eating out frequently. I know this truth hurts, but the habit of seeking immediate comfort through ready-made food regularly compromises you financially in a silent way. It's one of the most normalized financial bad habits in modern society, and also one of the main villains of the monthly budget. That's why, every time you choose to cook at home instead of ordering delivery, you're exercising self-control and independence. And this has a direct impact on your budget at the end of the month. Discipline in the kitchen reflects financial discipline. Be practical and set a realistic limit. Maximum 2 meals out per week, always within a specific budget. If the lack of time factor is decisive in your routine, learn at least 5 simple recipes you can make quickly at home. The initial cost pays off in a few weeks, and when you go out to eat, it will be much more worthwhile. Now, if you think delivery is too convenient to resist, wait until you discover how credit cards can be even more tempting. Habit number 7. Opening and using credit cards unnecessarily. This one is the villain of villains. Credit is debt with an elegant name, and many people fall for this illusion. It's one of the most dangerous financial bad habits because it creates the false sensation that you have money that isn't actually yours. The Stoics always said that facing reality, however harsh it may be, is better than living in illusion. The truth is that credit cards were created to make you spend more, not to give you convenience. And this is extremely dangerous for those who don't know how to use them correctly. The solution is radical but effective. Use credit cards only when you have the money in your checking account to pay cash. If you don't have the total amount available, don't buy. Simple as that. Treat the card like physical money. If you don't have it in your wallet, you can't spend it. You'll thank me for this tip, believe me. And speaking of spending money you don't have, there's an even more modern and silent trap that happens with just one click. Habit number 8. Making impulse purchases online. You open your phone and suddenly that thing you wanted appears right in front of you. It's not coincidence, it's algorithms working against your wallet. Digital advertising knows your emotional triggers better than you do and shows you exactly what you want when you're most vulnerable. The internet transformed consumption into something as easy as breathing. What should be a tool became a financial trap. The solution is to create intentional barriers, remove all saved cards from shopping sites and apps, establish a 24-hour waiting rule for any non-essential purchase. If you still want it the next day, consider buying it. The extra friction is your protection against impulsive decisions, and believe me, we'll always try to find a way to justify the click. So make it difficult. But you know what's worse than buying unnecessary things? It's paying extra for things you shouldn't even be buying. Habit number 9, buying extended warranties. Most people never use these warranties but pay for them religiously because the salesperson planted fear in their heads. It's one of the most subtle financial bad habits. You pay to feel secure about something that probably will never happen. The Stoics taught that we should prepare for the worst, but not live in constant fear of it. There's a difference between prudence and financial paranoia. Buying extended warranty is like hiring a bodyguard to go to the grocery store. It might even make sense in theory, but in practice it's a waste of money. True security comes from having an emergency fund, not from paying insurance for everything. The solution is simple. Create your own fund for repairs and replacements instead of paying expensive warranties. Take the money you would spend on warranties and put it in a specific savings account for equipment emergencies. If something really breaks, you use your own money, which will probably be left over. Now, you must have noticed a pattern in all these habits, but the next one is especially treacherous because it involves your image. Habit number 10, giving in to social pressure. You spend to appear successful and end up going into debt to maintain a false image, all to not be left out of the group. It's one of the most expensive financial bad habits because it has no limit. You become a slave to others' opinions and pay dearly for this prison. The Stoics always knew that seeking external approval is an infinite source of suffering. The irony is that the people you want to impress are probably doing the same thing, everyone pretending to have money they don't have. The solution is radical. Define your financial values and completely ignore what others do or think. Wear what's comfortable, drive what works, use the phone that meets your real needs. When someone comments on your simple choices, remember that status is expensive and authenticity is free. Those who judge your happiness by what you have don't deserve your money, much less your attention. But there's one last habit that's even more dangerous because it disguises the trap as a reward for your effort. Final habit, increasing spending when you earn more. You got a raise and decided to improve your life. New car, bigger apartment, better clothes. Result? You still have no money at the end of the month, just with bigger bills now. This is perhaps the most treacherous of financial bad habits because you think you're progressing, but you're actually running on a treadmill. It's the perfect trap. You feel prosperous spending everything you earn, but in reality, you remain in the same financial situation as always. The solution is automatic. Every time your income increases, direct at least 50% of that increase directly to investments or savings. Keep your current standard of living and use the extra money to buy time and freedom, not objects. You can improve some things in your life, but gradually and planned. The real "I deserve it" is having financial freedom growing along with your comfort. There you have it. Now you know that if you have some of the mentioned habits, you have a clear explanation of why you still haven't managed to get out of the red or accumulate wealth. Each of them is a hole in your pocket, and as long as you don't patch these leaks, you'll remain financially trapped. The good news is that you can start your financial transformation today. Go ahead and tell me, which of these habits do you have? And which one will you eliminate first? Leave it in the comments. And if this video brought you value, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who is rethinking how they deal with money. Stay on the path to prosperity. Until we meet again.